Hey guys and gals, A here. Welcome to another episode of EDCQ. So today we are talking first aid pouches. More specifically like an Ifak, an individual first aid kit, but even more specific, a BooBoo kit. Like, let's be real, these are BooBoo kits. So if you want to know my thoughts on them, how I pack them out, and if I think there is a right or wrong way, then you're on the right video. So come on back. Here we go. All right, guys and gals. So I have been building these BooBoo kits for years, literally years. I started assembling small ones that I would keep in my back pocket, probably in the mid to late aughts, like somewhere between like 06, 07, 08, 2000, 6, 7, or 8. So years, over a decade. And they have modified and changed, and they come in different sizes. So we are talking like level half, like not even level 1 of a first aid kit. This is literally like a BooBoo feel-good kit, but I love having them on me, and I build them in different sizes and to fit different needs. So when I first began building these BooBoo kit, like BooBoo first aid kits, I started out with this very small, very thick Ziploc bag. So these are like, I try to buy 4mm thickness, and so they'll hold up. And these got slipped into my back left pocket, and I would carry them with me all the time. And this one actually it's got some the seams are wearing out on the side from using it so much. It has a hole up here on the top. This one is very old, and inside of here I just have an assortment of band-aids on the side. I have a knuckle bandage on the back there, some ibuprofen here. I've got a Goodies powder, a Benadryl, there's an alcohol wipe, a prep pad, so, there's some Tylenol in here as well. And so this just consists of things that might help me feel more comfortable throughout the day. And I would take all the stuff, you know, I would lay it out, and I would build like 5, 6, 7 of these at a time. And then like 2 or 3 of them would stay on my dresser, so I could throw it into my back pocket, like just pick one. And once all 3 of them were butchered from being used, then I would refill them. And so then the other 4 would get tossed around. Like I'd have one in my glove compartment or the center console of my vehicle. I'd throw one in my bag. I'd have one in like a jacket if I always wore, or if I frequently wore the same jacket and it was winter time. So they would just get dispersed around. So I pretty much always had at least one, normally 2 or 3 of these were pretty close to me. So if a headache popped up, if I needed a little band-aid, someone was having an allergic reaction, like this handled a lot of problems for a lot of people who were in my vicinity and me. And so I'll show you what these look like now. This one in particular, I don't really make this anymore because my life has changed. So mine will have a little different stuff in here. And actually the Goodies powder was an addition. So that has been added since. I used to not use Goodies, any type of powder at all, but my husband prefers the powders to the pills. And so once I met him, those got added into all of my little feel-good kits for him. And now, like, this is the original flavor that's nasty. We have the flavored ones all over the place now. But so this was like where it all began, and my love of having BooBoo first aid items on hand just in case. It makes life a lot easier, which is why I refer to these as feel-good kits. They help you feel good. And so from there, I advanced into a variety of things. So I have an Ifak sack that is filled with goodies. This is a newer creation. This is a bag from Side by Side. Absolutely love these bags. Very durable, very thick, and they hold quite a bit of stuff in here at a very thin profile. This is like a name badge. This is also an older one from back in the days of making these. These are fabulous and they work really, really well for holding up. I found with these, this zipper breaks before anything else does. And then I also have this built out. So let's take a little quick look at what we have. This is an older one as well. The name badge is truly an awesome way to carry BooBoo items on person. You load this up with what you want and you stick it in your back pocket or your cargo pocket and you're ready to roll. But let's look at this. So this is a Tylenol pack. You can hand this to someone and they will feel comfortable taking this because they know exactly what it is and the directions are on it. So, you know, I got that in there. And on the same vein of going with items people would be comfortable using, I have a Advil, and like this expired January of 22. So this packet was definitely built a while ago. And then in here, this is kind of one of my evolutions, is I will frequently have a cleansing wipe instead of an alcohol wipe, or in addition to, doesn't sting as bad. And then just an assortment of Band-Aids and one packet of Neosporin in here. So that would be a packet I would handle. This has probably actually had some items used from it, looking at what I have in there. But, you know, like this is a, you know, you're an adult and you interact with mostly adults. The thing that you're going to see are headaches. Headaches are frequent and they can just kind of put a damper on the day. And so if you have that, you or any adult around, Tylenol or Advil will help make life a whole lot easier in a lot of cases. This is probably an older one as well. This is like a step up. So if these are like 0.5s, this is like a level 0.75, 0.75. But so in here, got a little poison ivy cleanser. Poison oak doesn't bother me. Poison sumac doesn't bother me. If I look at poison ivy, it's everywhere. Like it just explodes on me. And so I keep these on hand whenever possible. If I think I've been near it, I try to wipe down whatever part of me may have touched it. And I think sometimes it's prevented something bad from happening. So I also have some first aid burn creams, a wide assortment of Band-Aids in here, tons and tons of Band-Aids, including a very large one right there. And then on the back here, I have two different kinds of tape, and that is because I have some gauze pads in here. More Band-Aids, and then that's a hunk of moleskin. Keeps blisters away like crazy. Also in here are some of those hand wipes. Looks like I have a couple first aid burn creams, but just an assortment of items. This one is not this one doesn't have medicine in it. It is like skin stuff. So Band-Aids, ointments, creams, all that kind of stuff, but there's no medicine is in this one. There's no oral medicine to be taken in there. And then this is one of my newer creations. So in here I've got a alcohol wipe along with a wet one. You can see here I've got stomach medicine, and I have kind of a cool labeling system. So nowadays I use these really small 2x3 bags, throw a piece of tape on there and label what it is. That is ibuprofen. That is Tums, stomach medicine. In here I have some of the flavored powders. They just taste a little better. Got some Tylenol in there as well. And then also in here are an assortment of Band-Aids, and that is a Baby Shark. Because this is how you could tell if it's a newer kit or an older kit. Newer kits are going to have character Band-Aids in them because my 3-year-old despises non-character Band-Aids. And if we have a BooBoo, real or imaginary, and it needs a Band-Aid, the skin colored ones are not going to cut it. So I was going to say Bluey, but we don't actually do Bluey. We don't like Bluey either. So Baby Shark, Frankenstein, we have some monster Band-Aids we stocked up last Halloween because that's what our kid likes. So we have like all kinds of fun Band-Aids to use. And then before I get into my actual kit that I want to show you guys, I wear a belt pouch frequently. Not every day, but a lot of days. And inside of there, I have a BooBoo Feel Good kit. So this one has, we got Tylenol right here. That's for adults. And then down here I have kids Pepto. So that's actually some stomach medicine for my little guy. That is a Tylenol chewable for the little guy as well. Got a hand wipe here, and then a whole assortment of Band-Aids in the back. And I should have a Band-Aid that I want to show you in here. See if I can find it. Yeah, so this thing is where it's at. So I'll go ahead and open this up. This is a Curad brand. Curad, I think it's Curad. So this thing is a extra long Band-Aid. So you've got the pad right here to absorb blood, and then it stretches around. This is excellent for wrapping around something. So if you have a cut on your arm, this thing will go around a pretty good way. If you've got a cut on your finger, you could definitely wrap this around a few times and keep it tight. These are awesome. Really, really like these. Check those out. I'll have a link below for these on Amazon, but they are very cool Band-Aids and they work really well. They don't wrap around, my arm, but my little 3-year-old, if he gets a cut kind of on his wrist or a skinnier part of his leg, we can wrap that thing all the way around and not worry about it going anywhere. So that's like the on-person first aid kit I keep, and that's right here in my belt pouch. So if we're out and about and somebody needs stomach medicine, Tylenol, a Band-Aid, it's literally right there. And then the VanQuest med pouch. So this one is in red, so first aid obviously, but I use their prepper coating system, and so I put the red tab here. So if my pouches are all lined up, red, first aid, grab it and we're ready to roll. Now this is small. This is definitely in the realm of these. This is not a loaded out, let's go get them first aid kit. But this one, we've got some scissors in here, some very small scissors. We have some tweezers right here, and they've got a little clasp to keep them closed. We have small Band-Aids, larger Band-Aids. We've got, get that out of the way. We've got a couple Tylenol right here. We've got some for kids down here. Got some of the Goodies powders up top. Over here, I've got some safety pins, some nail clippers. I am a big believer in nail clippers. I've got an assortment of medicines are behind this pack. So we got Tylenol, ibuprofen, or Benadryl. That's Benadryl. Ibuprofen. There we go. I knew I had it in there somewhere. Kids Pepto and Tums. So all the medicines are covered for everybody. An adult has a stomach ache, a kid has a stomach ache, I got you covered. Kid needs a Tylenol, I got you covered. Adult needs Tylenol, ibuprofen, Benadryl. We are ready to rock and roll, and each of those should have at least 2 doses. At least 2 doses of all of those medicines, just in case somebody needs it and I don't get to refill it before someone else does, or whatever the case. Somebody needs Tylenol and somebody else is like, so do I. Got some tape here. That is the perforated medical tape, and it is wrapped on itself. And then inside of here is more like the skin stuff. So go over this real quick. So we got elastic straps here to organize stuff, elastic straps here and here, and then behind each of these we have a slip pocket that's the same on both sides. This one, I feel this slip pocket is medicine. This one is Band-Aids, ointments, creams, all that stuff. And so in here, I've got some triple antibiotic ointments, some alcohol prep pads. These are amazing. These are, there's a name for them. They're not Band-Aids, but you can use them for blisters and stuff, was how I first found out about them, and then just realized that they work really, really well for any kind of cut. So it seals around the cut, and you leave it on until it starts to want to come off itself, and it's just amazing. It helps you heal so quick. So I've got this shape here. That's kind of like a circle or an oval with 2 lines coming off. I have, see here so you can see, I have just a large oval and then just a kind of straight straight one with curved ends. So those 3 I have in there, which are excellent. Some hand cleansing wipes along with the alcohol wipes, along with some Providone iodine wipes. I thought that's what they were called. So I have an assortment of wipes there to take care of stuff. I have some sting relief in here. Hate mosquito bites, get those covered. I have 1 pack of single-use Purell, but that will cover a couple people's hands if you need to. I actually have a second one of those as well. And then I've got 2 pieces of 2x2 gauze. Yeah, 2x2 gauze. So that will come in conjunction with the tape if needed. I could also throw some 4x4 gauze in here if I wanted. I probably have the room for that to add, and that's a little more capable than the 2x2. But all that stuff just kind of gets jammed back in here, and the tape sits on top because it is a little bulkier. And then, like I said, over here we've got a whole assortment of Band-Aids, including a couple of those long ones that wrap around, some large ones, some small ones, some kid ones, some normal ones. And then I haven't gotten rid of this yet. The new, I believe the new 2.0s, these are removable. I think this is a 1.0, I could be wrong. But either way, this one is not removable. It also could be on the PPMs, they're attached, and on the EDCMs, they aren't. I don't know. But I do know some of mine have these keepers that are removable and some are attached. I'm not going to need a keeper in here, so I probably will at some point end up cutting this off. I'm leaving it there for now in case I decide I want to use it. And then the last thing I have is up here in this front pouch, I have 2 wet ones. So a quick grab in case all you need to do is wipe something down, or if you need to clean something up before you put a Band-Aid on it. So that is my assortment of Ifaks, or what I prefer to call feel-good kits. So I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do this. As you could tell, mine have greatly evolved from back in the day. But basically, I see what I need and I add it to the kit. And if there's something in a kit that I don't use, I remove it. And then, you know, I go from very small kits that are, you know, this size to larger kits that are like this, to even larger, more capable kits that are dedicated for certain things. But this will frequently be thrown into an EDC bag or something like that if I want more capabilities. And if I'm going traveling, this is definitely coming with me as something I can quick grab and use. So see what you need, what your family uses, pack it out, try to make some really small ones that you will keep on you with just the essentials, and then maybe have some larger ones around that are for a little more capable, but make sure they have stuff you're going to use. If you load these up with things and you never use them, you're going to stop carrying them, and then when you want something, you're not going to have it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and watching. Maybe one day I'll bring you along as I build some of these, because I find it fascinating. I love watching people do Ifaks. I just think they're cool, and it's cool to be prepared. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I will be back with new content soon. I will never ask you to like or subscribe. You do you, but I would appreciate it if you did both. Definitely comment below, what am I missing from these kits? What should I add? And what do you have in your Ifaks? I might get some ideas and add some things. So thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. And remember, EDC, EDC.